Hello, Professor. We are Group 4. Our group will share our research and insights on the theme of exploring the application of task-based language teaching (TBLT) in junior high school oral English teaching. My name is Zhang Xirong. Liu Stong and I from our group will be the ones to introduce our work. We hope that through our research, we can contribute to the development of junior high school oral English teaching. This is the introduction part. English is vital for global communication and education. With speaking perceives being key, there is a big gap in oral English skills between urban and rural Chinese junior high school students. In rural schools, due to resource and teaching staff shortages, students' oral English is poor. This study focuses on this problem. Its courses include limited resource, traditional teaching, and little English exposure. Also, over-emphasizing written text hampers language development and motivation. Solving these matters greatly for education equity and language skill improvement. The first part is the research aims and importance. The research aims are to look into the low-level oral English situation in rural junior high schools and put forward useful teaching methods. This includes evaluating teaching practice, figuring out challenges, assessing how task-based language teaching affects things, and making improvement suggestions for curriculums and so on. The importance of the research is to find out why oral English is poor to boost the level, offer ideas for educators and others, help with educational fairness and quality improvement, and assist students in getting the language skills for worldwide communication. This is part 2. Theme: reflection on past teaching practice. Students seldom speak for fear of mistakes and want more speaking practice. Feeling curtain methods are not enough. Teachers have trouble with interactive teaching due to limited resource and support. Teaching emphasizes exam scores over practical language skills. This issue shows the need to improve oral English teaching methods, leading to research on task-based language teaching. The third part is focused on the advantages of task-based language teaching. Design communicative tasks in class according to specific methods and principles, making use of multimedia, progress tasks from simple to complex, and pay attention to meaning negation. Teachers should adjust tasks based on students' feedback. Evaluate oral performance using criteria such as opportunity, ability, and impact. TBLT has been applied in English classes and can also be used in business English. This is a task analysis framework. The framework indicates that tasks are influenced by multiple factors. Goals define the objectives to be achieved by the task. Input provide resources such as information required for the task. Activities specific action during the execution of the task. Teacher role the guiding and other functions of teachers in tasks. Learner role the roles assumed by learner in the task. Settings: the situation in which the task is carried out. The first part focuses on research methods in traditional Chinese English classroom. It's teacher-centered, and students are passive, hesitating to speak English for fear of making mistakes. This study used a task-based language teaching method to teach two experimental classes to solve this problem. Listening and reading are language inputs, while speaking and writing are outputs. Effective language learning requires a balance between input and output, which is crucial for junior high school students who need more oral English practice. The methodology consists of 4 parts. Research design. This part usually involves the overall framework and strategies of the research. Target participants. It refers to the groups of objects involved in the research, such as people within a specific age range, gender range. Data collection methods. It includes questionnaires, interviews, observations, data analysis technique. It covers methods for processing and interpreting the collected data, such as content analysis and so on.
Okay, let's come to the part 5, implementation of action research. This study adopts an action research approach conducted in Yongfeng Junior High School in Qiqihar City, which 2 grade 7 classes participated in the experiment for 4 weeks. The research follows a comparison between an experimental class, TBLT, and a control class, traditional teaching method, and it was divided into 4 phases. And 5.1, planning phase. Before implementing the experiment, we identified several major issues in rural junior high school. English instruction. The first one, teachers mainly focus on grammar and test preparation, neglecting speaking practice. Number 2, there is a lack of interactive classroom activities, limiting students' speaking opportunities. Number 3, students fear making mistakes and lack confidence in speaking English. And to address this problem, we introduced TBLT in the experimental class, designing real-life communication tasks such as role-playing, dialogues, and group discussions. The goal was to create an interactive learning environment that encouraged oral expression. 5.2, action phase. During the 4-week implementation, the 2 classes follow different teaching methods. Experimental class. The teacher designed speaking tasks where students interacted in real-world scenes. For example, in a lesson on shopping, students practiced conversations as customers and shop assistants rather than memorizing vocabulary in isolation. And control class. The teacher focused on grammar instruction and written exercises with minimal oral practice. And 5.3, observation phase. Classroom observations revealed key differences. The first one, students in the environmental class were more engaged and willing to speak. Number 2, the control class remained passive, focusing mainly on reading and listening. Number 3, students in the environmental class gained confidence and made fewer pronunciation errors. And 5.4, reflection phase. After 4 weeks, the findings were as follows. And TBLT significantly improved students' oral English skills, but had less impact on their test scores. A balanced approach is needed that's incorporating elements of traditional instruction to maintain academic performance while improving oral proficiency. And teachers require further training to effectively implement TBLT. Okay, let's come to the part 6. Next slide. Yes, in part 6, the author elaborates the methodology and introduction of the instrument research results and discusses the examination. Interview and questionnaire will be presented here in this chapter. After the analysis, the author further discusses the results. Okay, let's come to some forms. Okay, next slide. Yes, there are many forms, and results require a questionnaire survey. And a questionnaire analyzes students' attitudes towards speaking English. Only 1.4% of students prioritize the speaking skills, while 52.9% focused on grammar and 35.7% on vocabulary. 64.3% of students believed speaking skills were unimportant because they are not tested in exam. And 61.4% of students reported that their teachers only occasionally conducted speaking activities. So both students and teachers need to pay more attention to oral English training. And for preferred classroom activities, in my research, 32.9% of students feared making mistakes, and 31.4% lacked confidence in speaking. 37.2% preferred group tasks, and 27.1% enjoyed role playing, and only 1.4% liked the reciting tests. Okay, so more engaging and interactive speaking activities should be incorporated into the curriculum. Okay, next slide. And changes in oral proficiency, pre-test and post-test. Maybe let's can come to the next slide. Yes. Okay, experimental class, that's TBLT class. Oral test scores improved from 2.93 to 3.33. And control class scores increased slightly from 2.96 to 3.03, showing less improvement. So TBLT is highly effective in improving students' speaking abilities. And changes in written test scores. Experimental class. In this class, average scores increased from 76.53 to 76.97. And control class, in this class, average scores improved from 77.68 to 79.63. so showing better performance in written exams. So traditional instruction is more effective in improving test scores, whereas TBLT focuses on communication skills. Okay, so improve students' oral fluently, confidence, and engagement. And TBLT can encourage more students' interaction and participation. But there are some challenges of TBLT. Test scores improvement is slower, requiring supplementary grammar instruction, and teachers lack adequate training, making TBLT implementation challenging. Okay, let's come to the part 7. Yes. Okay. The key findings and limits this learning. TBLT enhance students' oral English significantly. Post-test analysis confirms this improvement despite efforts to ensure study validity and limitation due to data collection and research constraints were unavoidable. And the study confirmed that TBLT effectively enhanced students' oral English proficiency, but its impact on test scores is limited. Thus, the balance between communication for student, teaching, and test preparation is necessary for effective English education in rural schools. And some recommendations. The first one, adopt a hybrid teaching model, combining TBLT with traditional method to improve both oral skills and exam performance. Maybe number 2, provide teaching training to enhance their ability to implement TBLT effectively. And number 3, increase interactive classroom activities such as group discussions, role playing, and real life communication tasks. And number 4, raise awareness among parents and educators about importance of oral English skills beyond test scores. So this study demonstrates that TBLT can significantly improve rural junior high school students' oral English proficiency. However, balancing oral skills with test performance remain a challenge. Future improvements should focus on teacher training, classroom adaptation, and parental support to ensure students develop the ability to speak confidently and fluently. Okay, that's all. Thank you.